Hello guys, in this video I'm presenting to you my new demo project, my project for sending notes to myself. In this video you will learn how to deal with Zapier to integrate Evernote notes to your Laravel project, and then how to send those notes as Laravel notifications to your email with a daily artisan command. So this is the result. You see, I send myself an email with quotes, each line is a quote, which I've saved for myself. And the problem is, I've discussed on Twitter briefly a few days ago with a few friends that we are taking notes or tweet something or save bookmarks with snippets from articles to learn something, but then we really rarely do come back to those notes when we are diving into routine, back into daily life, and we forget what we've learned a month ago or a year ago. So how about we're sent to ourselves daily list of notes with random notes from those snippets from wherever they are, books, article notes and stuff like that. So I've done exactly that. So project has two pieces. One piece is Evernote, and in my Evernote I started using Evernote again. I was an old user. I enter the quote from wherever. It could be a snippet and I save it on my Android phone, save to Evernote, or it's on my computer. Evernote works everywhere. I add that note, I added tags, so there are a few tags like business, and then Zapier takes care of the fact that whenever new note happens in Evernote, it posts to my server to Laravel application. Then Laravel application saves that note into the database, something like this. So this is the table of notes, and then there are tags. Note tag is just a pivot table with tags. So all the notes are saved into the database, and then Laravel application fires a daily event, daily console command, artisan command, with send the notes, one per tag. So this email is a result of tag number one is this quote, tag number two this quote, and others. So how does it work? For those of you who are not familiar with Zapier, Zapier is a service that can integrate basically one API to another API or one tool with another tool. And they have a list of tools, so you don't have to be a developer to use Zapier. In fact, it is positioned for non-developers, for people who want to track, for example, whenever new stuff happens in one application, it is posted to another application. So for example, new note in Evernote could be saved automatically to Todoist, for example, or to Trello, or to Google Docs, or to Google Sheets, or whatever, or send email to something. So for stuff like that. But as a part of that, Zapier can post a webhook, it's called a webhook, to wherever you want. So I've created a Zap, it's called a Zap. We choose an app and event. So I chose app Evernote, and there are like millions of apps here. Some of that is paid, but in this case it's free, I don't pay for that. So I chose account of my Evernote, I chose a notebook in Evernote, and then I find the data. So every note has this structure. So this structure would be posted to my application. And then what I care about is two things: content, no HTML, which is exactly the content, and then tags somewhere here, tags productivity, and they are comma separated. So whenever new note is saved in Evernote, I do post, well, Zapier does post to Webhooks by Zapier. It's one kind of application. It does post to this URL. So notes, quick admin panel, I just created a dummy domain, which is not live. Well, it is live, but you cannot register there. It's just for my own use, for now at least. And then there are more parameters like authentication, wrapping the data, and stuff like that. And you can test that directly from Zapier, and then check your logs if it was successful. Now, if we go to Laravel part of the application, this is the controller. So in routes, it's Laravel 7, by the way, just released one route nodes, and then the controller is just creating a note from request input and saves the tags if there are new tags or attaching to existing tags. It's just eloquent and pivot many-to-many commands. And response no content means it's just success, okay, and Zapier logs it as a successful command. That's it. And then the other part is sending the notification. So we have console commands daily email command. So I did PHP artisan make command daily email command, and all it does is gets all tags, and then for each of the tags gets one node, which is not in the existing nodes, in random order, first node. And then if something is found, then it gets into array. And that array is passed to the notification class, to my personal email, Gmail. And by the way, not sure if you know, you can send notification to any email, so that email doesn't have to exist in your database. So it doesn't have to be user notify. You can do notification route mail and pass the email. And then daily nodes notification class, all it does is just to mail, does for each of the nodes, adds lines. Nodes, by the way, is a private variable of the notification class, and via constructor we pass that into the nodes. So this part is actually becoming notification class private variable, which we can use in whatever internal function, like to mail. And basically that's it, simple application. I've put it on GitHub, I will make it public and I will link it in the show notes, but I'm not sure what will I do with it next. Should I create an online version from that, so you would be able to register and enter your notes? Do you use Evernote, or maybe you want to use more channels or just edit notes online? If there is enough desire for that in online communities, just let me know, shoot in the comments on YouTube. Maybe I will create a project for that. But for now, it's just a public repo without almost no code. As you can see, there's just like 3 files or something. Final thing, while doing that, I've noticed that in Laravel 7, Mailgun is working differently. That's what I use for email sending, Mailgun. And as a part of the migration from Laravel 6 to Laravel 7, they've changed the content on config mail file. And I decided to shoot a separate video on that topic. So this video is about demo project, but if you want to know more about how Mailgun changed from Laravel 6 to Laravel 7, click on the suggested video in the corner and you will see the details there.